Okay, welcome back, family. Welcome back. So, this video is about times when I should have known better. I know all my stories are times when I should have known better, but obviously I've categorized them differently for different reasons because the points behind them, the lessons behind them are a bit different. But these are like different experiences that every now and then come to my mind, and I'm like, yo, that was a bit mad. So I was like, yeah, do you know what? Times when I should have known better. But before we get into that, in regards to my childhood one, yeah, there's something I forgot which I want to mention here, yeah, and that is I remember from I don't know how old, maybe like age 7, 8, and I know a couple of people have done this, yeah. I used to roll up white paper and then light it and smoke it. And it came into my head the other day because I was like, yo, like I've had a thing for smoking for a long time. Like it makes sense why weed, one of the videos I said, oh, when I felt depressed after having a miscarriage, I don't know why weed came to my mind because I had never smoked weed before. Yeah, I hadn't smoked weed before, but smoking was something that I seem to have been interested in from a young age. And maybe that's why my brain took me there. Because when I look back at it, and this is something I've always said about smoking, when you smoke, you breathe in, you breathe out. So it's basically like a form of relaxation, it's like a de-stressor. And probably that's why people who do smoke tend to also have anxiety and stress. And you get what I mean? Opposed to us just breathing in and out, basically. Like there's something about the smoke, I guess the nicotine kick or whatever, that gives it that extra vibe. So yeah, like as I was pondering on that memory came to my mind. I was like, yo, I've actually been on this smoking thing from a long time. And yeah, so that was just an interesting point. Um there's some other memory, yeah. This is in regards to my teenage years, yeah. But I don't know. I feel so conflicted about sharing it. So I think I'm going to hold it again, and then I feel like a time will come where it will fit in so nicely. Because right now I'm still a bit unsure. It's a bit wild, and I'm like, do I share that? Am I doing a bit too much if I share that? But we'll see. God will guide. God guides. I'm a strong believer of that. So at the right time, we will see. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. This guy that I told you I met who was in jail. I didn't know he was in jail. He was in like a Cat D prison. I remember one time chatting with him, and he was like, he was a proper go getter. Like he loved all that. One of his saying was, "Oh, you can't stop a stepper," and all that. Like he was just speedy. So when we were rolling, he was like, Do you drive, or have you got your license?" I was like, "No, no." I'm like whatever. He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Listen, come on, man, you got to get that pattern." I'm not trying to be stereotypical or racist or anything, but he was like, "See these white girls in their little drop top Fiats zinging around, like, come on, man, you get me?" And when he said that, like, you could just see that typical picture. And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, man, you come, like, you need to do your thing." So that gassed me up. I was like, "Yeah, you know what, you're right. I do see them girls zinging around, like, I need to do my thing." So that gassed me up. But what happened was, so I booked an instructor. I said, "Yeah, I want to do manual." Started doing the manual lessons, but for reasons which I'll get into later in another episode, the manual, I was like, this thing's a bit long. Don't get me wrong, I drive manual now, like I've got a manual license, but I was like, right now this thing's long, and me, speedy, I'm in a rush. So we did a couple lessons. I said, "Nah, this is long." I said, "You know what I'm gonna do, I'm going to learn automatic, just learning how to control a car and move it, before I add on top the manual and the gear changing, because trying to learn them both is going to be an issue." So I told the guy, "Let's hold on our lessons. I'll be back." He said, "Cool." You know what I went to go and do? With no license, I went and bought a car. I believe I bought, is it a Peugeot 50? Is it 503? Was it 503 or 305? Something like that. I went and I purchased one of them. And when I did it at this time, I had come back home from uni for a break. So I was still in uni, but you know, the summertime or whatever, when they send you back to your yard. So I've got this whip, but obviously my parents don't know, and I don't want them to know because they're not going to support it. I'm like, this is illegal, what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. So I bought a whip and I used to park it like, I basically didn't park it at my yard. I used to park it like 1 or 2 estates further down. So then I used to get up, okay, bye, mum and dad, bye. Walk, get to the whip, jump in the car, do my thing, come back, park there, come back home. Hi, mum and dad. Like say I've been on the bus. So I was doing that now, doing that. And then, yeah, I mastered the automatic, whatever. A time came, I don't know what happened, but I wanted to sell the car. So a couple people came to see whatever. And I remember some Somali aunties coming, trying to bargain me out the whip. They wanted to give me like half the whip. I was like, nah, I'm not having it. They were like, cool, that's fine. And then they went back their way. I went back my way. Then I must have been rolling with one guy or whatever. Nothing deep. We weren't linking, nothing. It wasn't like that, but you know, still rolling with him and that. And then, no, this is what happened. Me and one of my bedrooms went out to town and we were looking for parking. So my bedroom said, yo, I've been here before. I've come here before. Well, last time I was here, we parked here. So it's cool. It's all right. So I park there. We go. We do our thing. Come back. I'm like, when we park here? And we're like, no, I think we park further down. So we bop a little bit further on. Can't. I'm like, where's my car? Guys, they had towed my car away. We had parked in like, I think disabled or whatever, but it wasn't disabled. Like the picture went on the floor. It wasn't clear, but it was still there. It was like a little banner thing. So I'm like, oh, like I'm having a panic attack. I'm like, I wasn't ready for this. And that's why you're supposed to do your theory test, because you get to learn the code of the streets. I was just learning about controlling the car. I didn't really understand parking, the lines, the signs. I was trying to cut corners. So I'm semi-pissed at my friend because she's told me that, yeah, we've come here, we've parked here before. So I'm like, girl. So anyway, call the people. They're like, yeah, boom, we've towed your car. You parked here, boom, boom, boom. It's going to cost you, you know how they be, £100 a day or whatever till you get it out. So I'm like, do you know the first thing I thought? I thought, oh my days, I should have sold it to the Somali aunties. I should have sold it to the Somali aunties. Like, they were trying to save me. I didn't clock. Because now how much I need to pay that car out is more than what the Somali ladies were offering me. You understand? So I'm like, the only people I can think about right now is them. I'm just like, oh my days. So I said, you know what? I can't. A couple of days went by. I was like, I can't get this whip out. I can't turn to my parents because they don't even know I got the whip. I can't really turn to many people because not a lot of people know I got the whip. So back to this guy that I said I was kind of rolling with a couple of days. He was funny in that I didn't like him. He wasn't my type, but he was just like, you get me vibe. So witching him. So I called him. I said, yo, this is my situation. So I said to him, can I sell my car to you via you paying for it to get out? Pay for the car to get out and then you can have the car, if that makes sense. And he was like, yeah, cool, that's a deal. Like, I think whatever, it was a couple £100. He was like, yeah, that's cool. So he buys the car, they release the car to him, and he has it, and he's doing his thing with it. But once again, I don't really know the rules of the car life. So later on, I came to realize. So I said to him, "No, you need to take my name out of it and put your name in it." But obviously, they probably had plans for the whip because they had their own whip, so they had a plan for this whip, and they were not changing my name. So he kept telling me, "Yeah, I'm going to," but I'm realizing, yo, like nothing's happening. You get me? So I'm panicking now. I'm like, yo, I don't really know this guy. He's cool in that, but he ain't my people. I can't trust him. So I don't know what's going to happen with that car in my name. So I think I did a bit of research. And then the VLA were like, yeah, just put it in writing to us that ... you sold the car, the person ain't, boom, boom, boom. And we'll take it out your name. Did that, got the confirmation from DVLA, like, yeah, you're cool, you're sorted, no worries. Yo, the way I was sweating, I learned that moment there. I learned. I was like, see, when you try to jump corners, you try to move fast. This is what things can look like for you, like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a moment where I should have known better. So how did I start, you get me, thinking a bit more straight? Let go of that car. I can't lie, I did buy, like, I bought at least one more car actually, so that's me. It takes me a while to learn. But I went uni, I met another bedroom, and they were also encouraging me about my driving and that. So he was helping me in his car, like he was giving me lessons in his car, which, you know, I still need to show him a proper love for that actually, because he proper helped me polish up, because his car was manual. So now I've mastered the auto. Now he's got a manual, so I'm mastering the manual, and I've mastered it to a degree where I'm happy with it. And then that's when I went to go and buy a manual car. Guys, like. And listen, I almost died in that car. You know what I went to go and do? There was some guy that I was going to meet, and he lived far. You had to go in a motorway to get there. Me, no brain. I was like, yeah, cool. First time on the motorway. I've never driven on a motorway. I get on the motorway with a manual vehicle that I've just about mastered. I don't know the car rules, so I'm driving. So guys, I wanted to change the lane. I just changed. I didn't think, oh, signal did it. There was a car right up my butty. The lady was like, me. I was like, what? I was thinking, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm like, oh, that was literally, guys, when I say close, either I would have taken her life or she would have taken mine, or both of us would have gone. And it was that moment where I was like, whoa, you need to slow down, like, you get me? So cool, my bedroom helped me. So after he helped me become established, I said, what I'll do then, because I need an instructor's car to do my test, I'm going to book an official instructor, do about 10 lessons with them, just to polish up, and then boom, go for it. So got this instructor, some guy, some older white guy, whatever, you know, he was all right, cool, but we got the job done. But guys, come and I do the test now, I passed, we finished. So I'm like, cool, thank you, about to leave the car. This instructor tried to move to me. I was like, hey, this world. I was like, rah. I was like, move, blood, you're a prick anyway. You know, instructors, they can be a bit annoying, they're a bit difficult, but I understand them because their job is high risk. Like, they're dealing with people who can't actually officially drive, who are driving, you know what I mean? So they can get a bit uptight. So this guy he wasn't utterly nice, but now he's trying to move to me. He said something joke, like I was like, rah, is that what you men are on, yeah? Is that what you men are on? So it was wild. But next time I should have known better. Same way this guy kind of scammed me. Guy needs a little bit of scamism, if that's a word. I try to avoid saying names. So this name I'm definitely not going to say, because I know there's quite a few people watching this who know this person and who fell victim to this person as well. So I get a call from a girl that I don't really know, but I know her in passing, yeah? I know her in passing, like I've been around her, she's been around me. She calls me, she's like, oh, Riva, I got this business plan. Something to do with some restaurant, a little event center, boom, boom, boom. And she's looking to like accumulate some funds. Almost a bit like an investment, so you get a bit of peas back, etc., etc. So obviously I thought this girl's a cool girl, whatever. She's got an American accent, you know, us like, it sounds all juicy, so you kind of buy into it more. So I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. She's formulated this PowerPoint showing all the details and that. So I'll go through it. I'm like, okay. I meet her up in person, I believe. We talk about it in detail, face to face. Sounds all good. So I give her some money. And then the times come where, you know, I'm supposed to be getting some money back. I'm calling her, whatever. I'm like, yo, well, go on. She's giving me the this and that. Cool, no worries. Call her again. She's giving me the this and that. So maybe by the third time, I'm like, oh, okay. Something's not right. So I say to her, you know what? Forget everything. Just give me back my original funds. So she said, cool, come here and link me. So I get there and it's a place where, like I said, other people know her. So they're all there too. So I'm just sitting there. I'm comfortable. I'm warm. I'm chilling. But she's taking ages. She's not really showing. She's not showing up. So I'm even asking them like, yo, you get me? They're like, don't know. So I'm like, okay, this girl's, you get me? So lo and behold, I don't know how long it took. Finally, I've left this building I'm in and I've gone back to my car. So she's finally showed up. So she's about to make her way into the building, but I'm outside now in the car, so call her. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm in the passenger seat because I'm with somebody who's in the driver's seat. So I'm in the passenger seat. So she's come to my side of the window. I've put the window down. Now I'm in beast mode. I'm not happy because now I know what's happening. So I said, yo, where's my money? I'm in an R-ing. I don't know what came over me. I don't know why I thought of this. But I just switched. She's had her phone in her hand. So I just switched. I said, give me your phone. And then like an idiot, she just gave it to me. Like I said, it was so quick. She probably didn't expect it. I didn't even realize I was going to do it. I guess the way I said it, the force, the seriousness, the energy, she didn't even have time to process and be like, she just went boom. Because that's what happens when you're lying and you're scabbed, like, and you know you're in danger and you're about to get caught. You lose a bit of your senses, your control, your inhibitions. Yeah. Boom, gave me a phone. I took her phone. I said, listen, until I get my money, you're not getting your phone back. Drove off, left with her phone. Obviously, everyone's phone's their life. I know she didn't have no spare phone necessarily, especially at the time. She wasn't prepared. So she's like, struggling, I ain't got no phone. So I had her phone for about 2 days, at least. I know it was about 2 days, maybe about that. So she's got her bedroom to call me. Oh, Riva, you know, boom, boom, boom. Can she get her phone back? Has she got my money? Yeah, she has it. I said, look, a time came, she told me she had my money. I went to go and meet her. She didn't have my money. I'm not going to go and meet her now and waste my petrol and she still hasn't got my money. So this is what we're going to do. You and her, or her, I don't mind, whatever, both of you, you're going to video call me. I want to see the cash. You're going to count the cash. Make sure it's exactly the amount before I meet you and you get your phone back. The girls, the friends, oh, really? What? I said, this is the only thing I can agree to. You understand? So she went, she spoke with her. They video called me. The girl's like, oh, I've got the money. Counted the money. She's probably going to scam somebody else to get the money, but cool. That's not my problem right now. Count the money. I said, cool, I'm happy. I said, send her address, whatever. I said, I'm going here to do this, so you meet me there. Because the last time I came to meet her conveniently where she was, she took the piss. I said, nah, I'm going this way. I'm not diverting for you. You need to come and meet me over there. She came, gave me the money, gave her a phone. I didn't even say nothing to her. I was like, you know, I don't even need to say nothing to you. I don't even need to say anything to you. Left it as that. Didn't tell her words, didn't tell her soul. As far as I was concerned, the only other person that knew was her friend who ended up calling me. So I don't know how long after. I'll say a good old few months, good old amount of months later. My phone, beep, 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 beep. I've been added into a group chat. What's going on here? And the title was like, you know, her name, ... the scammer or something. A list of people in the group chat saying, yo, this girl, that, this girl, that, this girl, that. I said, oh, so she was on a little move. Because I think by that time she was maybe on the run. I think she had gone back to America where she's from or wherever she's from. God knows. Her accent might have even been fake. She may not have even been from there. Whatever. I just looked at that group chat. I contemplated sharing my story because people are sharing theirs. But I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just going to leave it. It's clear now, innit, that it is what it is. So that's that. That is a time I should have known better. Guys, when you're moving fast, you're looking for the P's, do your research properly, take your time, and basically don't just trust anybody just because you kind of see their face and they see. Don't fall for facades and like the pictures that people paint. Do research, ask about them, spend a lot more time with them, and then you know what I'm saying. But there was a time where I did wrong. Another time where I should have known better. So, guys, remember, yeah, I told you I had that good job and then I became depressed and I left the job, yeah. For that job, I was given a phone, a work phone. When I left the job, I hadn't returned back the phone. Because what happened was, basically, when I left, I didn't even know I was going to leave. I still felt like, oh, yeah, whatever, I'll be back in the office, boom, boom, boom. But things spiraled out of control. So by the time, when I'm leaving now, it's just all through email and all that. I've never gone back to the office since the time where I went downhill. So I've still got the phone with me. Then everything was moving really fast. So by the time I've left the job and then left my parents' house, it's like a week, 2 weeks. So now I'm in this shared accommodation. There's no Wi-Fi there. And obviously we live off Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the currency. So I'm like, look, I'm already alone. Like, I'm already kind of isolated. I'm feeling down. If I have no internet, I'm finished. Like, literally, I'm in a box room. I have nothing here. So it's my phone that's keeping me, giving me a bit of energy. But the thing is, because there was no Wi-Fi, I didn't have internet on my phone. That work phone that I had internet on it. So what I was doing, I was connecting to his Wi-Fi or his mobile data, or whatever, hotspot, to get internet on my phone so I can function and get a bit of vibes. I knew that there would be repercussions. What they were, I weren't sure. So one fateful day, I get an email from that company. They're like, oh, hi, Rebecca, blah, blah, blah. Just checking, do you still have the phone? They were smart with it. Do you still have the phone? I was like, yeah, I do actually. I've got all the parts of the room. Because the first email was sort of like, have you got it? Kind of, if you got it, please send it back. That's kind of how it was patterned. So I was like, yeah, I still got it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not sure if I've got the charger or the headphones, but whatever it was. But I was like, I haven't got that, but I've got all the other. And it was like, okay, cool. Whew! The next email was that, okay, basically what they were saying is, okay, now you've admitted that you still got the phone. From our end, we've seen that you have racked up, I don't know if it was £1,000 or 5,000, but it was a big amount from the data that I was using. They were like, you've racked up this amount on that phone from the data. So this is what's going to happen. You need to return the phone and you need to pay this money, or we're going to report you to the police for theft, etc. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey! My head's hot right now. I'm like, oh wait, guys, hold on. Let me check something. Hopefully that's all. Okay. I'm like, I caramba, but I'm finished. So I'm panicking, guys. I'm sweating. So I emailed them back. I'm like, cool, I'm sorry about that. But I didn't really explain my situation. Or maybe I did. I think I said to the guy, like, yeah, I can't lie, I'm in a bit of a sticky situation, etc. Boom, boom, but I'm happy to return it. As for the money, I won't be able to pay all that. I don't have anything. So that's another thing, guys. Not only was I racking up the shared housing accommodation debt, this was another debt that was piling up on me. So that's why I kind of got to that point where I was like, yo, I need to find a way to make money. So I agreed to him. I said, can I do £100 a month? I believe it was. And the guy, by the grace of God, he was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. If you can do £100 a month, that's cool. But if you miss one payment, one time, I'm going to report you. I said, agreed. I've got that muscle now of my yes being my yes, my no being my no. In fact, this is where I developed it. That's like when I told Dr. D I can do it, I knew I could do it. You understand? Because this step came before that one. So guys, I think it took me like, I can't remember. I think it took me like it took me 3 years, something hefty to pay that off. So imagine that. And remember, I'm broke. I ain't got a job. I'm going through a lot. So getting £100 to pay them every month, it's going to take effort. It's not just that I've got a bit there. You understand? Because by this time I wasn't hustling, but I made it happen. And I remember when I was doing the last payment, like it was semi-emotional. You get me? Like I think it was around Christmas or New Year when I was doing the last payment. So I thanked the guy. I was like, thank you so much for your patience and understanding and all that. And he was like, yeah, Happy New Year, Rebecca. All the best. Thank you. And we departed, you know. So that was nice. God bless that guy. And I'm so happy that he stayed in that job for that long, because someone else could have come and been like, oh, you know, we've noticed this in the handover, and, you know, some people can be funny. So thankfully, you know, God kind of patterned that for me. Talking of police, another time where I should have known better. So guys, I'm in a shared accommodation place, right? Now I'm smoking, I'm alone, so I'm smoking every day. It's part of my routine. I wake up in the morning, whatever. I was barely eating. I would have one meal a day, and it'll probably be like chicken and chips or some like Iceland frozen disgusting food, which I never liked, so I never really ate it. Lay in my bed, listen to YouTube, like whatever, listening to stuff, and then bill up a zoo, jump in my car, drive to this other car park not far, and then smoke in my car, and then drive back. Is literally less than a 2-minute drive, less than a minute drive, but I still knew it was risky. I'm like, come on, man, you get me? Shouldn't really be doing this. So every time I would go and smoke, I was, because where it is a car park, so there's flats around me, so I used to be like, oh, you get me? Obviously, someone's always going to be watching you. Someone's always watching us, as we've learned with my incident with my cousin. But I've been doing it for a while. No one's saying nothing to me. Everything's cool. So I'm just getting on with it. But then one faithful evening, I decided, let me go. I went. It wasn't even evening. It was probably still afternoon, but I think it was winter, so it was getting dark quick. So I'm there. I don't think I've built the zoot yet. I think I'm about to, but I'm a bit laggy, which I get to understand why later. I'm there. Got my baggie there, whatever, things out, but I haven't started the process. Turn my head, a big police bully van comes round, and they're driving towards me. I'm like, this is it. This is the moment I knew would come. This is the moment I knew would come. Either someone's called and been like, this girl's back again or whatever, but this is the moment I knew would come, and it's here. So I was just like, okay, let me just relax, just chill. So they pull up behind my car. They jump out. There's like 6 of them. They come to the car. You know how they do. Knock your door. So I've opened it. They're like, I'm like, yeah. They can already straight away see all the crusher, everything. So they're like, all right, get out the car. I get out the car. I'm just quiet. I don't even say a word. But guys, this was such a weird experience. Let me tell you how it was. These police officers barely spoke. Once they did the whole come out and I jumped out, it was quiet. 2 of them were on the other side of the car, searching the car. 1 was on my side, searching the car. They've looked at all the stuff. They've put it away. They've written things. While this is happening, everyone's quiet. There's another 4 police officers still sitting in the bully van with the door open, so I can see them. They can see me. There's like about 10 of them all together. It's just dead quiet. They're just doing their thing. I'm just standing there, lost hope. I'm just done, whatever. And then the guy goes to me, all right, cool. So obviously we're going to put it down like that's like a caution, whatever, something. I'm like, yeah, cool. No worries. Boom, boom. They jump in the van. They go. And I'm just like, okay, this is, I don't know, there was something so surreal about it. And obviously times have come where I've gone to apply for a job or do something, and I've always been nervous. I'm like, oh my God, like, will this thing show up on my DBS? Will this thing, like, you get me? Where's it? Boom, boom, boom. But after a while, time went. And I'm like, yo, this thing, I don't think these people recorded jack. These people ain't put nothing, because he made a comment saying it would be on your thing for ... And then, so he's made it clear to me that, you get me, but nothing, time and time, nothing showing up. And I was just like, you know what, God, there was something about them. Like, I'm not going to say that they were angels. I'm not going to get too mystical, but you can tell that they just looked at me and just thought, you know what, you're harmless, you're down and out, you're grey, you got a little 10 bag. Like, we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to say what we have to say. But I think they went in the van and just ripped up that paper and just dashed him. And it's like, just get me, at least we've shown the neighbours that we're paying attention to what they're saying. She's definitely not going to come back here again. So everyone's happy. Let's give her a chance. Let's give her a break. So if that was the case, and you were one of the officers and you're watching me now, God bless you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because I did learn. I did need that. And I think I wanted that. I was asking God to help me find a way out. I needed something to make me feel the repercussions of my actions. I needed something to break that hold that weed had over me. And that really helped wiggle me out of it a little bit more. Obviously, I still smoked and stuff. But because I didn't have a safe spot to do it, it dropped down my smoking big time. Because now I could only smoke in certain places, you understand? So it cut it down by 50%. So I appreciate that, definitely. Talking about weed, another time that I should have known better. Guys, I think I jumped on one dating app or whatever, yeah? And I met some old, I say he's old, he's not old, but he was older than me, like some older gentleman. So we're chit-chatting. This guy's bubbly, whatever. Me, I must have been feeling, you know, I say I must have been feeling wild. I was always feeling wild. I was always like just brave or whatever, just, I don't know, not thinking straight. So he's like, should we go away? I'm like, yeah, cool. He's like, cool, let's go to Antigua. I'm like, I've never been to the Caribbean before. That sounds good. So maybe, I think I spoke to him on the phone maybe like a couple times, 1 or 2 times, but hadn't met him. He booked a ticket for me and himself. We went to Antigua. I think it was for like 7 days, all inclusive, nice hotel, unlimited food, drink. It was nice. I can't lie. Like, see a lot of Caribbeans going to Africa and Americans moving to Africa. But me in my head, I always say, I'm going to the Caribbean. That place was, yo, I've never seen water like that in the air and the vibe. I was just like, yo, the Caribbean. So I need to go back to Antigua for real. So I meet him now in Antigua, I believe, because I don't think we were on the plane together. So I meet him now in Antigua. Nice holiday, everything's flowing. One time, I think I was chilling on the beach in my bikini, enjoying life, and I think he's gone off to either get something or do something. So one of the resort workers, pounces on me, some Antiguan black guy. I'm not going to try and do their accent. You know, they got this accent. He's like, I'm not going to try. He pounces on me. I'm like, whoa. He's like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, alright. So I think he's been clocking me. So he's trying to move to me. I'm like, rah, this is what you lot do. He's trying to move to me. But in my head, I'm like, nah. And I think we were leaving like the next day or something. So in my head, I'm like, nah. And I always kind of hear these scary stories, like, you get me? Like, I don't want to be stereotypical, but it's like, don't be sleeping with people overseas, basically. And definitely not like one night stands like that. So it was always a big no for me. I was like, this is not happening. But I said, okay, you know what? Since you're here though, I was like, can you get me some crud? Like, can you get me some weed? He's like, yeah, sure, that's easy, sure. I'm like, perfect. And lo and behold, He did. I think he either went and got it straight away, or we agreed, meet me here later on at this time or tomorrow, whatever. But he got it. He got it. He gave it to me with everything, because obviously I ain't got nothing. So crushed Rizla, everything. So I bill it. And I go to my older white man gentleman. Basically, he's not really my sugar daddy, because it was just that one trip. I wasn't taking money from him or nothing. Cool guy. But I'll just call him sugar daddy for the sake. I have had some sugar daddies. I might do some sugar daddy story. I might do a sugar daddy story. But bill it up. When I offer him something, he's like, oh, man, you get me, so. But you want to live that loca, whatever the word is, out here with me. So I'm like, yo, you want to meet? He's actually like, yeah. I'm like, right, okay. My gosh, Mr. Zoo. Obviously, you know, if you're not really a smoker, it can kind of connect to you funny. So my guy started moving funny. I was like, uh-oh. I'm in Antigua with this guy. I'm now gonna giving him weed. You understand? Like, what am I doing right now? All I'm gonna say is, by the time we were leaving, he was not happy with me. Like, I remember being at the airport and he wasn't talking to me. I was like, this guy. So then I think my flight was different from his. So at the airport, I was just, oh, you know, boom, 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 jumped to my flight. He jumped on his. Never saw him again. Never spoke to him again. So, guys, stay in your lane. If you're an old man, you want to be mixing up with young girls, stay in your lane. Let her do her thing. You do your thing. Don't try to be on her level, because your body and her body is different ball games. Like, that was mad, guys. That was mad. Talking of random meetups and all that, yeah. This was a close call. I was on the train coming back from somewhere, and I just remember either I was feeling low or I was just feeling calm. I think I was feeling a little bit hopeless. I was just a bit like, ugh. And on the train, there was 2 guys and a girl on the same carriage as me, chit-chatting, whatever. They seemed cool, and I'm there alone. I can't remember what happened, but either we started making eye contact, so we all then start talking. And then a time came, I think they were like, where are you going? I said, I'm getting off this stop. They were like, oh, we're getting off this stop. And then I think their train was coming in closer. So I think one of them made a comment like saying, yo, come with us. You know, come join us. Like, we're going to just go to the yard and chill. And I was a bit like, okay. But then my wild brain kicked in. I was like, okay, cool, I'll come. When I think about it, I'm like, that's wild. So anyway, I get off the train with them and I'll go to their yard. I don't know whose yard it was, but we get to a yard. The yard's decent, it's not, you get me? When I got to the yard once again, I was like, okay. So I'm being careful. And remember I told you there's 2 guys and a girl, and it seems like one of the guy is with, I think that's his partner, the girl. And then the other guy that I'm basically kind of talking to, you get me? That's who he's the one who was kind of like, oh, you want to come? And I was like, okay, cool. So we go back. When we get there now, they start doing this balloons thing. These were early days of the balloons thing, so I'm not really aware of it. I don't really know what's going on. To me, it's looking a bit funky. I'm like, whoa, you get me? Already, I've just jumped off the train with these strangers. I'm now in this semi-grubby house, and now they're doing balloons, offering it to me. Luckily, I said no. I was just like, no, it's cool. Once again, I'm in a foreign environment, so I need to keep my backup and keep my awareness. Luckily, they were cool. They were fine, but I did feel like you need to get moving now. Like, you need to get moving. Something was telling me you need to get moving. So I started doing the whole, yeah, guys, you know, I'm going to bounce soon, whatever. And then, I don't know what happened, but a time came where the guy that I was chatting to, either he took off his jacket or whatever. And basically, something had happened to his arm. And I was like, whoa. Once again, just like that guy who took off his trousers and showed me his leg, it was a bit like that. His arm was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was interesting. It was quite like shriveled. Like I think something had happened anyway. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I used to be a boxer. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I used to be a boxer. But dot happened, and now my arm's like this. Because before he kind of had it hidden. I didn't really clock. He just seemed like chilling in it, and boom. Once again, just like the other guy, I just realised, okay, you need to get moving. You need to get moving. So luckily I got out the house, but I did think that. I was like, rah, like, you're moving a bit. Yeah, you're moving a bit. You need to slow down. 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that. I needed to check something. I didn't want to check it at the end of filming and then be like, oh, I should have checked it. It was nagging me a bit in my brain. So I want to be present. I want to be relaxed. Something that came to my head here, this is just a random near miss, but every now and then it comes to my mind. It's not really a moment I should have known better, but I remember one time, yeah, I was in the car with my bedrooms. I think we were going to a party. We jumped in the car. My bedroom's driving. We're going into a new direction, a new place. So we're going, and I'm like, yo, there's looking a bit dark. Like, we can barely see, you understand? I'm like, your lights are on, no? Yeah, lights are on. I'm like, you get me? That street's looking dark. So we're going. Then I was like, wait, hold on. I'm not sure we're going in the right direction. Hold on. So we stopped the car. Guys, I jump out the car. Do you know what is just there in front of us? A whole river, a lake. We were about to drive in. I said, what? We were all like, because I was like, it's too dark. We can't see nothing. And we're just going. I'm like, hold the car, man. Hold the car. Guys, I would have not been here today. Guys, when I say it, like, I'm not good with measurements, but it was close. We were going to drive right into that water. And you know, with water, that's a powerful thing. Once that's that, you can't open a door. You can barely get out. You're finished. It would have bust the windows. Water would have come in. We would have drowned instantly. I never forget that. That, talking about miracles, God saving, instinct, intuition, all them stuff, that was God's. Thought I throw that out there. Be careful. A lot of people die, car accidents, all these things. Like I told you, even me last time on the motorway, I've done wild things with cars, but God just somehow, one way, always had my back. Talking of wilds, another time I should have known better. I don't even know how I met this. Oh, I remember how I met him. So, you know, I told you I used to do music, so I used to bop around, whatever, do my thing. I went somewhere to perform. So I've performed. After the performance, I've gone to the bar. When I get there, I see one guy there. And I think I was just feeling bubbly again, just feeling, and he was getting shots for him and his people. So you know them cheesy lines like, oh, it's one of them for me, or something silly like that. At first he kind of looked at me and just kind of contemplated, should I cuss you or should I allow you? He had mercy on me, but the look on his face was still like, don't try it. But he was like, okay, cool. He's like, oh, you remind me of my sister. You're like my sister. I'm like, cool. So when he said that, I knew I was in, because I'm sure he loves his sister, innit? So if I remind him of his sister, I knew I was in. So we got chit-chatting, switch numbers, whatever. We used to link, cool. One time, because he was doing music as well. He didn't come there to perform, but in general, he does music. I don't know if he still does it now. So we gone to the studio, and in the studio there's another rapper there. So he's a rapper, I'm doing my little thing. I never came there to do music, I'm just rolling with him. Guys, I swear in the studio, first of all, these are them, I don't know if people still drink lean, but these were the days where it was first coming out. So they're drinking lean, and then they offered it to me, and I was like, nah, because I had been offered that before, and I'm like, guys, something about a pink drink like that, and just, I don't know, there's just something about that thing I just never could connect with. I said, no way am I drinking that. So they're sipping that. I'm there. He's sitting opposite me, and I'm obviously sitting opposite him. I'm a little higher up. So a time came where, bearing in mind, before I get into this, on our way to the studio, we're in the car, he's driving, and my man's got like 4 phones that's got like, I think 2 chips in each phone. He was basically a shotter. So he's driving and the phones are just bling, 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 bling. Wild. The car we're in is so straight away I was like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here, but I'm here already, so let's go. So he takes me on one errand with him. We pull up in some street. He's like, come. I'm like, okay. Jump with him. He goes into a yard. Get into the yard. There's them everywhere, on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, like soldiers leading into this main room. When you get into the main room, there's like a guy there. I guess he's the main guy. Then there's lots of people around him. Everyone's quiet. Everyone's face is stiff. They're all hanging there. I'm like, I've seen this in movies, but I didn't know this happens like in the streets of London. Like, what are you all doing? Just like crowded all over each other in this little grubby yard. Like, who's this guy? Are you lot these soldiers? Like, what's going on? So when I saw that, I thought, why have you brought me here? Like, I know you need to come, and I think you needed to pick something up or drop something cool, but I would have just been like, stay in the car. So obviously all the men them are looking at me like, and I'm just like toddling behind the guy. Like, I think I was even holding his jacket. Like, where are we? Like, what's going on? He gets in. I cannot remember the convo, what was said, what was done, but we were there quick. He said something to the guy. Boop, boop, boop. The guy said something to him. Then he was like, let's go. So once again, I'm like, oh, this guy is hot. This guy's hot, man. This, I'm like, I think I'm on it, but I'm not on this level. Like, this is a different level. So we get into the car, get into the studio now. Like I said, he's a little bit lower. I'm sitting up. So either he stretched over to give his bedroom something, or he's done something and he's lifted up his jacket. Guys, I saw the biggest thing I have personally, like when I saw it, I lost breath. I was like, like, and then I had to try and keep composure because I was just like, I don't know. I was just lost for words. I was frightened. I was just like, is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Like, I've never seen that so close to me in my face, so big. I was like, yo, this guy needs to get, this guy's dangerous. So guys, obviously I froze. I'm nervous now. I've tried to brush it off. I'm trying to relax. Either that night or one time, and I think it was that night, he was like, cool, let's go to my yard. So we go to his yard. Get into the yard. It's a house. But then we've gone into his room. So we're in his room nice and clean. And he's like, I can hear someone else shuffling around the house. So he's like, oh yeah. I think he tried to say it's his bedroom or it's his bedroom sister. And he's here in this yard. Like, he lives in this room or whatever, renting it from them or something. I was like, okay, cool. But then the girl up there, she's doing extra shuffling now. You know, that doom, 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 making noises. So either he said something to me or something happened, but I came to realize, I think that's his girl. And he's brought another girl in the house while his girl is in the house. So she's pissed. She's not happy. You understand? So she wants me to know someone else is here. You don't know who I am. You ain't seen my face, because the way we went in, I think she must have been in her room. So she's not trying to give us peace. Like, she's trying to, I was like, I was like, nah, this guy's just getting worse by the minute, man. This guy's getting worse by the minute. I was like, yo. So, thanks be to God, I got out of the house safely because he locked the door as well. So I was like, oh, 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that. So he's locked the door as well, which I thought was a bit, you get me? So luckily I got out the house safely. The girl didn't get to see me, didn't get to attack me, nothing. And I was like, oh, this guy. So we're leaving the house and I'm driving. So this must have been a different time for when he was driving. I'm driving. So he's like, I was going to drop him somewhere and then go about my business. But he was like, I'm running late and I need to go to probation. Exactly. I need to go probation. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll drop you probation. This guy goes to me, but I've got a bag of satin on me. So obviously I can't take it to probation. Can I give it to you to drop off somewhere? I was pissed. I was like, are you taking a piss? But obviously he had me in a sticky situation. You're dropping me to probation. You think, do you want me to go on probation with this? Don't you want to see me again? You understand? Like, don't you want to see me again? If you want to see me again, then you need to drop this, because if you let me go probation with this on me, you're not seeing me again. In my head, I'm thinking, if you know you got to go probation, like, you get what I mean? I'm just like, oh, this guy's playing games. Like, I was pissed off with him. So I said, all right, go on then. Gives me the address. I go to the yard, knock the door, open the door. There's another girl looking at me. Straight away, I was like, oh. And she looked at me like, if you're not a girl, if you're not a guy and you're a girl, and he's giving it to you, then then I know what time it is, right? But I could see that in my head. I'm like, oh, I know what time it is with you as well. This guy was dirty work. So I was just like, oh, Doc said, I should drop this. And then she just looked at me. She's like, oh, thanks. And then we just shut the door and I bounced. And I think after that, I was just like, no, I'm done with this guy. This guy is something else, man. I'm talking of guys with girls, yeah? You know that guy that I told you about who, in fact, I'm going to separate it. Let me not add that on. All I'm going to say is I've talked about this guy before, but I'm not going to connect the stories for reasons. I'm just going to say this story separately. One time, I'll go to his yard. I think we had generalized it like, yo, come true. I said, yeah, all right, I'll come, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. But I know me, I wouldn't just roll. So I must have said something like, on my way. He would have had some sort of notice I was coming. So I get to the door. No answer. No answer. I'm like, what's going on? But I'm persistent because I'm sure you're there. Then he pokes his head out the window. And he's not trying to talk too loud. He's like, come on. Had me standing out there for ages. So I was like, nah, this guy's taking the piss. You know, I think something I'm going in the yard. So I'm like, you know what, screw this. I bop off, walk back to the station. As I'm about to get to the station, car pulls up, he jumps out of the car, he's like, yo, oh, I'm sorry about that, blah, 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 saying all sorts of things. He's like, come back. I said, because I was on my way to a barbecue. He's like, go to the barbecue, come back, come see me later. I was like, okay, cool. Get to the barbecue, chilling time, killing. Then I get a call from his baby mother. So basically, she must have been in the yard. She was in the yard. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they are not together. They've always got their little isms and schisms going on. So I was never expecting her to be in the house, but something must have happened. She's come to the house. They're probably even just still together, let's just be honest. But maybe she was supposed to leave and now she's staying longer than he thought. And now I've popped up and he can't get, I don't know, but she's called me. And I remember I did respond quite terribly. Like I wasn't shouting or nothing, but I was just acting ignorant. I was like, yeah, so, and then that's what made her go mad. She's like, what do you mean, yeah, so? Like, are you crazy? I'm his baby mama. He's got a wife. He's not wife. He's got me, basically. He's got a girlfriend or whatever. He's got a child died. What do you mean? I was just like, whoa. So I was not happy about that. I left it, didn't say much. And then later on that day or something, I didn't go back to see him, but we spoke and he was just acting normal. And I'm like, do you know your baby mother called me? He's like, what? I'm like, yes, she called me saying this, that. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. All I know is he put that on the phone and I guess he went to go and chat to her. But let me skip back to this guy that said I saw the big thing in this thing. Guys, that thing bothered me so much, yeah. That thing shook me up so much, yeah. Maybe it took me about a week or something. I had to ask him about it. I said, yo, you know, when we went to studio, like, I noticed that this dot in your waist, like, is it what I think it is? And he's like, oh, come on, man. You think I'm going to walk around with a burner with you around? In my head, I'm thinking, what does that mean? If you need a burner, you need it for you, whether I'm there or not. And if you need it for you, then you definitely need it when I'm around to make sure no stray things are hitting me, mate. He's like, yeah, you think I'm going to walk with one of them? Like, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's the other thing. It's not that. And I just thought, oh, girls, that dodge the gangsters, man. It's not worth it. You're either chasing them around jails, chasing them around trap yards, chasing them around, what do they call it, bandos, or what do they call it, whatever. Just leave it, man. That's how certain girls get. Oh, I've got to bleep that out. Oh, editing. I've been trying to so careful with my words now. I've got to edit that out. It's cool. So, talking of another moment, I'm going to wrap up on this one. Guys, there was this local club that I used to go to, yeah? And there was a guy there that I had my eye on him. I thought he was nice. I was like, ooh. But I knew I was not his type of girl. He did not like me. He was not interested in me. Like, I just knew, like, I'm not trying to like talk down on myself, but he was out my league. But that didn't stop me. I still had my eyes on him. I was still targeting him. So he used to roll in a group. There was like a group of him. So he was very stush. Didn't talk to me. Didn't look at me. Nothing. Just, well, he did. I did catch him looking at me, but you know what I mean. Oh, be back. All right, family. Sorry about that. So this guy now, I'm like, okay, cool. This guy's a hard to get guy. So I want to infiltrate his circle because there's a group in it. So I start mixing with them. I mean, just like in the club in general, I start mixing with them. And a time came, I think, so this would have been the club thing was a Saturday night. I start mixing with them, switch numbers with one or two of them or whatever. Then I think Sunday, one of them hit me up like, yo, we're chilling, whatever, do you want to come through? I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, I'll come. Jump in the car, whatever, I think one of them picked me up. Got to this place. So bare man, them are chilling there, a couple of girls are there. And I just remember thinking, yo, these people are hella boring. And we're just sitting there having dumb chit chat. I was just like, okay. So that was the first thing that started making me think I need to switch up my plans because this circle's not really, there's nothing lively going on. So as we're leaving that place, we're now driving back to where we all come from. And one of I wouldn't say he's the leader of the group, but one of the heads of the pack, yeah, he's got I think it was a Beam, I think it was a BMW. So there's a few of us, we've all jumped in it. We're hitting the motorway, we're coming back to where we all come from. And he's like, cool, I'm going to put on cruise control. So this was my first time knowing about cruise control, yeah. Bearing in mind, we're already overpacked in the car. Like, I'm sitting on someone's lap or someone's on my lap, but there's more than, it's not comfortable. We're crammed up. My man puts the car on cruise control and goes to sleep. We're like, hey. Like, especially for me, that's my first time cruise. I don't know about no cruise control, bro. You need to control the cruise. That's all I know. My man puts it on cruise control and go like that to lay back. That's when I said, no, see this circle? See this circle? These people, craze, craze. So by the grace of the Almighty God who has protected me from part one till now, we get back fine. Now that same guy, he's been trying to move to me a little bit. Absolutely not my type of guy one bit. But the mission still stands, so I'm still mixing with him. So one time he came to come and see me. I was like, yeah, cool, that's come see me. Because he was funny and he had a little tutu connect to someone that you wouldn't really mind having in your world, especially at that time. So I was like, cool, yeah, you can be a friend. You can be a friend. But he's come to my place and he's now trying to pressure me, he wants to get it down. But like I said, absolutely not my type of guy. So in my head, I know it is not happening. So I said, okay, you know what? Don't worry, relax. Like, I'll give you a nice time with my hand. Like, I don't mind doing that. So he's like, okay, cool. So that's going on. I'm giving him a nice time with my hand. But then, like, I don't know what happened here, but the times, sorry about that. I don't know what's happened, but the time has come where he's about to like let off in it. And then I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, but I kind of bent his own thing kind of like towards him. So he lets off and then it, boom, it goes all over his face. Whenever I think about that, yeah, I don't know if I feel embarrassed or I feel embarrassed for him or I feel shame or I feel guilty. I don't know, but that memory just haunts me. Like I just feel so bad for the guys. We just looked at each other like it was the most awkward moment of my whole entire life. And I've had awkward moments, but that moment got me. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh. Put it this way, I don't think I did see him one or two times after that, but not in that sense. He quit trying to bother me. Like he knew, okay, this is not for me. Like he was like, nah. I think he couldn't facing me again after that. Like just I'm sure that moment, I'm sure he still thinks about that moment now. Like blood. How did my own juice end up on my face, blood? So anyway, my man goes to me because basically he was a dealer. That's let me just put it that way. This group is a group of dealers. Like they're flash boys. They look good. They got their whips. They're doing their thing. So after he realized, look, I'm not going to trouble this girl no more. She don't like me, and I'm not happy with her right now. So he transitioned it. He was like, okay, I've got this thing. I've got a bag of something. Would you hold it for me? I'm young. Don't really. I'm not clued up in the game. So I'm like, yeah, sure, no worries. He's like, hold it for me. I can't remember how long it was. 3 days. I'll come back for it in 3 days, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Now that I'm more educated on that, I'm like, right, this guy left me a big thing. Like for someone he don't know, don't trust, like I don't know, maybe he just knew like you won't try it because if you do, I know where you live in it. So if you try a thing, I'm gonna get you. So maybe that's why he felt comfortable because if I was clued up and I wanted to push that myself, I would have made a killing off that. I would have made a killing of that. So once again, I'm dumb. He's told me, leave it, don't open it, just leave it there. I'll be back in 2 to 3 working days. But me, I'll go and open it. That's how I know now that what I saw was hefty. So I start playing about with it. So, and this is the story about the first time I ever snorted. Obviously, I'm not snorting. I don't know about all that. So I'm just going like that and hit me. Guys, once again, I'm uneducated, so I'm not aware of amounts and all that, right? I, put it this way, I cannot put. I'm brave enough. I've shared a lot of stories with you, but I'm not at that level to share with you what happened, what became of me when I did that. Guys, I almost ended up in the hospital. That's all I can say. I almost ended up in the hospital by my own hand, by something that I almost did to myself because I was that like. And I had an audition that day. I was like, can I make it to this thing? Can I go to this audition? Like I was just a mess. Some of my bedrooms had come over. I was trying to hide it. I'm sure they would look. I do remember one of them being a bit like, what's going on with this girl? But they weren't around for too long, so I think they just came to get something or whatever and bounce. Guys, do you know what I was also going to audition for? To go and become a stripper. That's a story for another day. That's the story for another day. Anyway, I managed to pull it off. I made £500 that night, but I never went back again. And do you know where the strip club was? You know when I said to you, I went to go and tried to visit a guy in jail, and I was going to go from club to club on this strip that had bare clubs. It was that same road. So I ended up in that area. That's where the strip club was. Mad in it how life bring you round. But the strip club story is another. Yo, I met two girls that night. If you are seeing my face and you remember me, hit me up, man. Hit me up because I lost your numbers. Like, I lost your numbers and it would be too good to talk to you again because that night was wild. That night was wild. You get me? So, let me not sidetrack. Let me round off. I'm about to round off. Guys, once again, Saturday night, I'll go to the club. It's not the same club, but it's in the same area. I'll go to a different, actually, no, I'll go to the same club and these man them are there. But I think we finished with the original club and we've gone to like some other club, but it's more of like a bar. So we've gone there. That's the next spot. Guys, when we get there, they got a bedroom who I don't recognize from the first club. He might have been there, it was dark and there's always quite a few of them. So I didn't really clock his face. But now we've come to this new location that's a bit smaller. I'm like, okay, I can see that you're part of this group. So he's standing next to me, or at least not too far from me. Yeah? But you can see he's in some next headspace. He's moving. He's a bit, you get me? So he's caught my eye. I'm a bit like, And guys, yeah. But when I mean he's moving funny, I don't know if he's drunk. I don't know if he's high, but he's all like, This guy goes. He shouts. He goes, blood money. And then the whole group, all the friends, look at him like, get me like, shut your mouth, blood. Like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? So now I'm like, blood money? Like, I thought you guys were just dealers, but in a way, I guess indirectly, dealers kind of are, in a way, is blood money. Like, but that's another topic for another day. So I'm like, blood money? What, you lot are doing some voodoo things now and all that? What's going on here? Guys, the guy goes like this. He goes, blood money. Turns around to me and bites my face. Guys, he got my cheek. You see how I'm showing you like that? And bit my face. Guys, listen, I felt pain before, okay? When I lost my virginity, I felt pain. See this finger here? I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit deformed compared to that one. I cut it. It basically almost fell off. You see this tip here? It was touching here. It was hanging off. I had a piece of skin left. I accidentally injured myself with some glass. I have felt pain before. I had never felt a pain like that. I had never felt a pain. It was so painful. I froze. I just froze. I was so shocked. I was in so much pain. But do you know what the worst thing was? You know why I froze? Because my crush, the reason why I'm involved in all this now, the guy that I've got my eye on, he's there. And because I'm trying to impress him so much, I want to keep composure. So I acted as if the guy didn't even bite me. I was just like, I just remained still. Like, that's how crazy I was about accomplishing this goal. That look at the situation he's put me in. So when he's bitten my face, some of his man them have got him and they've taken him into the bathroom because they're like, yo, you need to calm down. You're moving mad. You're exposing us. You're shouting blood money in the middle of the club. yo, like, you just bit in the girl's face, like, you need to calm down. Whoosh, guys. That night, I said, you know, I'm gonna let go of this mission. Mission aborted, blood. The mission aborted. I'm done. It's okay. Like, it's all right. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just done right now. Like, I'm out here. And I think it was from that day I never saw them again. Never mixed with them again. Nothing. Come like, it's okay. I'm done. I should have known better from a long time. I should have known better, but now we're here. So, guys, at that time, as you can, you know my story, so many different little things happening. So I remember going for a phase where I was like, should I chop my hair? I want to chop my hair off. And I kept asking different people, do you think I should chop my hair? Do you think I should chop my hair and then dye it red? And everyone was just a bit like, no one really gave me an answer. So one morning I woke up, yeah, and there was scissors like on my desktop thing. I picked the scissors and then I just started chopping my hair, 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 chopping my hair. I chopped my hair off. I was like, it's done now. Now the only thing left to do is go to the barbers for them to fix it up because the hair's gone. Got to the barbers. He was like, what happened here? I'm like, listen, my brother, this is why I'm here. Fix it for me. Fix my hair. And ever since then, that's how I ended up with my shortcut that I'm popularly known for. Every now and then, yeah, I will plait my hair too. Maybe like in the summertime, once a year, something. Sometimes I'll plait my hair. But that's how I chopped my hair off. I just said, you know what? And the other day, when I was telling you guys about my childhood thing, yeah, and when I was thinking about this, I was like, hold on, is there a correlation between the time when my mum chopped my hair and how I kind of felt about that and the impact it had on my life with the time that I'm grown and now I'm chopping my own hair, like. But I want to sit down and think about that a bit more actually. I'm thinking, is there something there that chopping my hair? What was the connection? What was the connection with that? Why did I feel like chopping my hair? I don't know if. Yeah, I'll pause there. But guys, family, that's the many times where I should have known better. I should have known better where things could have escalated drastically. Most of the times, I dodged the bullet. And that's something I've been known for. Dodging bullets, matrix, dodging. But really and truly, it's just been God preserving because, I mean, what else could it be now? Come on, let's be honest. What else could it be? So I say all that to say, guys, there's times where we should know better. So stay aware. Thank you for joining me again. Lots of love. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. All right. Ciao for now. Peace.